The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
Okay, we lit it just like a fuse, so no need to pick and choose. Welcome to 2020, where we do more than interviews. The hottest be coming through, dropping knowledge on all of you. Get a peek at the front of you with the truth that they offer you. Yeah, hands up, we doing it for the culture. To give artists and businesses more exposure. Keeping it real and stay silent just like a boulder. It's about to go all the way down, can't get no lower. Chasing my dreams, know that they get no slower. But if I stay running, I promise they getting closer. Moreover, success my older. And if you're sleeping on me, I'm waking them up like Folgers. I told you, coming from the land with the tide roll. Well, we'll be on a whole different vibe though. We like to ride slow and keep our windows tinted so you really can see us like Stevie Wonder waking up with his eyes closed. Yeah, got the kind of flow that rock the boat. On my 16s of pounds of dope. And if you figure you can hang with me on the mic, then grab some rope. Matter of fact, better grab some hope. While you at it, we keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy, Sirr of the 2020 podcast. I got my guest here. Y'all already know who this man is. He been here before. Shit, this practically his second podcast home, goddamn.
Gang.
Hey, Jay Haynes in this bit was good, bro.
Wagwan, bro.
Man, let's get straight to it, bro.
Yeah.
How you just gonna drop some shit like that and just casually strolling here?
Man, listen. I told y'all, see, for those of you that have watched like the last interview that I had here, I told y'all it was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I've been told y'all. Like, you knew it was coming for months.
I'm sitting back.
And then it just kind of came.
Bruh, Ultra Instinct.
Yeah. It's him.
Bruh.
Streaming everywhere.
Brother. I love this album, bruh. When I put it in, I was like, when you told me it was out, I was like, send me the link.
Yeah.
Because I clocked out of work. I was like, this need my full attention. Clocked out of work. Went and got my headphones, sat back in the chair, cut on some incense, turned off the lights, fired it on up. I was like, okay. You come out the gate ripping, bro.
Yeah.
When we was texting earlier, I told you my favorite track that I've been going back to on repeat is Game Over.
Yeah.
So let's go through the whole album.
Yeah, let's go
talk
through it.
about it.
Let's
bro.
talk about it. I'm with it.
What inspired you first? For those that don't know, what inspired you to go Ultra Instinct?
Okay, so what inspired this was, it was an idea that happened like a long time ago, but I always thought it was a dope concept. Like, I'm into Dragon Ball, like Super, Dragon Ball Z, as a lot of us were like when we were coming up. So, but anyway, they came out with Dragon Ball Super, and it was a new form that Goku attained, not necessarily ascended to. I don't know like the terminology you want to use, but anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. And the whole idea of that was to be free of thought and moving like strictly off of instinct.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just thought it was a dope idea. Like, okay, let me just rap straight off of instinct. Like, all of this is just gonna be like me and in like my Dragon Ball mode. Because also, if you're a fan of the show and you watch it, then they fight fast. Mm-hmm. So like, it was a lot of fast rap. I think I only had like one song on there, Give and Take, that was among the slower variety, and that was inspired by a whole another part of an event that happened to each and every one of us that we'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, man, that's what inspired it. Like, basically Dragon Ball Super, the idea of ascending to another form and rapping off pure instinct and just showcasing my skills, and also like the fast fighting that they do in there. Mm-hmm. I think at some point everybody has tried to do the mm-hmm. Everybody has tried to fight like Dragon Ball Z. I don't care who you are. If you was a fan of the show, you tried it, whether it was with your siblings, your friends, or if you were just doing it by yourself. Because you ain't want nobody to think that you were weird. But,
you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man, that's what inspired it. Especially the character, Lord Beerus. He's the god of the destruction in there. Man, I feel like I need to explain the whole. Okay, so there are 13 universes. I believe it's 13 universes in the world of Dragon Ball. In the world of Dragon Ball, the one that we watch is Universe 7. Each universe has a god of destruction, which they call the Hakaioshin. And so basically his job is to keep order in the world by way of destruction. So like, that's what he does. He destroys, and that's why it goes back to the project. The first song on there is called Hakai. Mm-hmm. And basically like, that's just me trying to destroy and dismantle that beat as much as I could. or as much as I could at the time. So yeah, man, that led into that one. But yeah, man, this project, it was really fun making. It was definitely really fun. A lot of experiences. I learned a lot about a lot, like in music, because a lot of people get the misconception, like, okay, like, look, if you can be dope all you want, and you can have like the best rhymes, the best flow, the best song concept and all that, but like, if you don't get it recorded properly, and you don't know exactly how you want it to sound, if you don't get the sound right, and then also if you don't know how to promote it right and like put it out, like, you know what I'm saying, like
the project itself, pick it up from there.
Okay, learning about like all the mixing and mastering and like how to record and like you know, it's like the real artistry of it, and like learning like the engineering side and like, you know, how to build and like how to like make something sound a certain way. Like sometimes you want it to sound like you're in a hallway, but not necessarily in the big hallway. You want to be in a smaller hallway.
Right.
So learning how to do things like that, like play with your voice, using different inflections on your voice, and just really honing my skills like on the rap side, but also on the engineering side and also on the beat making side, so I can be like a Swiss Army knife. So that like when you get J Haynes, you get more than just lyrics. You get a person who understands how to compose songs, how to put songs together, like not only in his head and can present it to you in a great fashion, but also can do it like on a keyboard and make it, you know, digitize it. You know what I'm saying? Like make it an actual beat, like go from head to straight to the computer and straight to the booth. So like you're getting like a complete package. And every day I'm just trying to hone my skills and make sure that my goal is always to be the better than I was the day before, or better than the last time I did it.
Man.
So
you setting a new bar each time you attempt.
Yeah, man. Of course, you can't get complacent, and that's with anything in life. But my thing just so happens to be music. But then you can apply it to everything in life. Like, just don't get complacent. Like, I know too many people. Like when I dropped the project, I told my guy Daniel, shout out Richmond Productions, my guy Taliban Dan. He's the one that I work with. It was just like this whole project was just me and him. Like from the beats and from the recording, it was just me and him. And so I told him, like, when we got done with it and we finally like mixed and mastered like the last track, because like that day we had been like recording for like 12 straight hours. Whoa. Like 12 straight hours, like dead serious. And I was like, I looked at him and we looked at each other, because you know you always got to have that ceremonial herbal afterwards. Uh-huh. So you know we do that, and I looked at him like, look, like when I drop it, like that's the easy part. Mm-hmm. Like, believe it or not, like Daniel, like everything, I was talking to him, I was like, everything that we just did, even though it took a while, it was like really like hard, and we had to learn and figure something. Everything we just did was the easier part. Everything from here is just gonna get harder.
It's true.
You know, everything from here is gonna get harder, because then you got to keep it coming. Like right now, especially in the time of the pandemic, it's about content. Yep. What can you put out? What can people see? What can people like? Where can people go listen to your stuff? Things like that. Like, so you really got to get creative. Like the pandemic, honestly, is a blessing and a curse. It's a creative's paradise. But and when I say that, I mean creatives, like really a creator or a creatives. Not necessarily like in it for the money. I'm talking about people who like do this like for the love of it. Like, this is paradise. Like, everything is shut down. You mean I don't gotta go to work? Now I know that not going to work, you know, is gonna hit everybody in their pockets. And at the end of the day, everybody is like concerned about their pocketbook. You feel me? But like, you telling me I don't have to go to work?
Right.
Oh, you telling me like the club and everything shut down? Mm-hmm. So you mean to tell me that everybody is at home, a majority of us are at home just on their computer, on their phones all day? Oh, let's get rocking.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Like, because even if they don't like click on it, or they don't like go listen to your shit or whatever, they're still gonna look at it, and then you're gonna be in the back of their mind. And some people, it's gonna take longer than others. Like, I remember I was listening to my brother's show. Shout out J Red and Red's View. You see the shirt, and then you go watch it. I was listening to his last little show that he did that he posted earlier today, and like they were talking about Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's the 25th. Like they dropped East 99 Eternal July 25th to 1995. So it's like yeah. So it's the 25th anniversary, and he was like, you know, that sound. I forgot who he said, but like it was like they took the song. I think it was either First of the Month or First of the Month or something, and then like it took Crossroads. It took a while for some people to catch on, but like Eazy-E was just like the guy. Rest in peace, Eazy-E. He was just like that guy, and he believed in it, and so he kept pushing it and pushing it. And soon that style that you hear everybody that has now, you know what I'm saying? Like eventually everybody caught on, and that was the birth of everything that's going on now. For real. If you ask me.
Real talk. You're right. That melodic, ambient, like voices. Especially with them using harmony.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No pun intended on the name, but they actually utilized it correctly to distinguish themselves. Yeah. So, man, shout out to Bone Thugs. I didn't realize I was that old now, bruh.
Bruh, I'm telling you.
Oh, my God.
25 years. That thing came out in 1995. Jeez. I was 3, maybe 4 years old.
God, bruh.
Yeah.
I think I remember I was 7 or 8 when I remember the video for Crossroads came out. I was in the barbershop.
Yeah.
They had BET.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that beat tight. And like everybody stopped and watched it. Everybody in the whole barbershop.
But you know that's the second version of that song.
Really?
Yeah, that's a remix of the Crossroads.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's crazy because like they made a song Crossroads, the original, and then that hook was like, and while even though you're gone, you still got love from Bone. My nigga, just rest your soul, and I see you at the crossroads. And then like that was when like Wally died, and then like Easy died, and then like they just kept losing people. Like Uncle Charles, I miss my Uncle Charles. Wishes Uncle Charles died. So like they kept losing people, and they was like, man, like we finna just do like we just finna like put something else. Like we finna do another Crossroads, and that Crossroads is the one that actually made the album, and that's the one that everybody knows today. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yep, Crazy Bone went in there and like kind of constructed it and put the skeleton down, and then everybody else just kind of fell in place, and then we got the Crossroads.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's go back to you though.
Yeah,
Let's talk about some more off this album, man. I love the production in it, bro.
Yeah.
Because it's some real nostalgic vibes in there, bro.
Oh yeah.
So
I know what you're talking about.
Touch on this production, the beats and everything, bro.
All right, so the beats, how that came about was I was just like everybody else, like looking for beats. And it's just like me personally, I come from a musical background. So like, you know, I know how to play the piano a little bit, know a thing or two about drums and like woodwind instruments and things like that. So, and on top of that, I just like know what I like. Like, so the first beat that we made off the project was Scandalous. That was the first beat that like I really like made like me and Dane just sat down and made and like what I needed him, like we're a tag team. It's kind of like I have the creative at the time. I had the creativeness, but I didn't have the skills to put it on a computer.
Translating it.
Yeah, I didn't know how to translate it. He was my translator. And so like once we got an MPC machine, like a little keyboard, I'm like, oh yeah, we all the way in here. You just telling me I just gotta play this shit, and then you can just loop it back. Okay, cool. So I just sat there and I played it like something that like I think my grandmama taught me, like when I was a kid. That's the melody that you hear is Scandalous. And it's something that my grandmother had taught me on the piano like years ago, and like I just remember it. And I was trying to think of it the other day, and I'm like, dang, I can't think of it. I guess I gotta be in front of a piano to kind of feel my way around the keys and remember it. But that just kind of came out, and then I just played the piece, and then we kind of just took bits and pieces of that and just.
That's dope.
I made it to a song, yeah.
To honor her memory, bro. R.I.P. grandma, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Lucy Parker, man.
That's crazy.
Bro.
All right. Keep going, brother. Like I told you, I went through the album. It's on my Spotify on my dot.
I appreciate it,
bro. Download it to my phone just in case my Wi-Fi go out, bro. I can still listen to it. But yeah, Hakai, I've been bumping for a minute because you gave me like
yeah, and I had been performing that too.
You know what I'm saying? So I have been excited to hear everything else.
Right.
So, what's your favorite tracks on there?
Like all of my babies. All of them are my babies. I love all them. If I had to choose a favorite, I think R&B is my shit. R&B is my shit because that was like the second beat I ever made. And that was like the second one I ever made. And then like, cause I remember like it was yesterday. Like Daniel, I had came in there, and usually how the studio session works is like we come. Either we don't record in the actual studio. I actually record at my home, or we record at his place. And so I had pulled up to his place one day, and he just was like, "Look, this is something I was playing around with." And then he played the dun 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 dun, and I was like, "Okay, what else you got?" He was like, "That's all I got, G." And I was like, "Okay, I was like, pass me the keyboard." And then like I was just thinking like a kick, and in my head I was like, did it. Because I'm a big fan of like rock. Okay, like I like rock music, and I like the idea of a double pedal bass drum. And so like I love that, has always been pleasing to my ear. So like in my head I was did it, and then like we added the strings in and everything, and then we had on me. And I like that one because like I don't know, it's like I don't know, I was ripping it. I don't know, man. It just sound, I don't know. It's just like it's my baby. I like On Me. If I had to pick a close second, is probably Solo. Because the vibe, just because it changed up the vibe a little bit. Like it got a choppy flow, but like it's like okay, it make you bounce. It's like something that you can almost dance to. And I don't know, I like all of them, man. But if I had to choose a favorite, On Me. Because I had the most fun making that beat, because that was the second one after I had just made Scandalous, and I'm like, okay. And I got an artist to feature on it who's had like some minor success. It was Strange Music, which is the label that I wanted to sign to. I was like, okay, yeah, cool, yeah, dope. I'm feeling myself a little bit. Let's go 2 for 2. So that was my 2 for 2. That really, that track made me realize, like, that beat was like, okay, I can do this. Like, if I apply myself, I can really do it. Cause like this is the second one, and of course from there you go through like failures. Like, okay, this is kind of whack, and then you get the other ones which is like, you know, pretty good. Like Give and Take. The Give and Take is just like a track of me just playing, and we just looped it, and that was it. It was just a vibe, and it was that track. I love that track. That track is really personal to me because Give and Take was an experience that everybody went through. I don't know if you did. I'm pretty sure you did, just like I did. Kobe's passing. Yeah. Man, I was sick. I was so sick. I was sick to my, like, because I was having a good day that day, and I just all of a sudden saw it, and like my whole day was fucked up.
Sunday.
Yeah, and like I'm like, oh my God, like I really didn't want it to be real, and I was like crying all day. I'm running errands, I'm going places, I'm crying and shit. Cause I couldn't hold it back. I had to go home, and one thing I feel about like my emotions, I feel like you gotta embrace them motherfuckers. Yeah. So like when some tragedy or some shit happened, I just watched a whole bunch of his highlights, and I just kind of like forced myself to watch it, to kind of mourn him or whatever. And I was like, okay, what's the best way to mourn him? Oh, tomorrow we got a session. So like Daniel come in, we chop it up like how we usually do it, and I'm just like, bro, I'm just like sad, bro. Like let's just make a beat, cause I didn't even feel like rapping that day. I'm like, let's just make a beat. We can just make a beat. Then I made that, boom, and I'm like, Lord give it and He take it away. And like the whole time I'm trying to make a hook in my head, I'm like crying because like Kobe is really gone. So that was a very emotional process of making that song, because like you get through so many, like, and then like you start just thinking about like everybody else that you lose, that I've lost throughout my life, and like I don't know, it was just a very emotional time when I recorded it, you know, I had to take a couple of breaks. Tears kept coming because, you know, it was Kobe, man, bigger than life, and I feel like that moment made everybody, especially me, like maybe I can't speak for everybody, but especially me, it made me realize, oh shit, you can die too. Yeah. And I understand, like, you know, everybody knows, okay, like everybody's gonna die, but while you're in the moment, you're in life, you don't really think about the shit. And it's like when you achieve some type of status in the world, especially like if you have a whole bunch of money, you have a whole bunch of success, like you are an icon, you're a hero, a lot of people expect, you know what I'm saying, those type of people to stick around for like a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, Kobe's supposed to be like Bill Russell is.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Like showing up in the game like 50 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I was expecting for Kobe. And he had all the money in the world. He had everything going for himself. His second chapter of his life was even better than his first.
I agree.
And he was just getting started with that. You feel me? And that just showed me like, boom, God cut the lights off on it. And it's just like, damn, like, if that happened to him, I know it can happen to me.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of like, I know people might listen to that and they don't understand, but for everybody who valued the life of Kobe Bryant, then they understand like, damn, like that was our hero. It was like the same way my mama felt when Michael Jackson died.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt it, but like she felt it on another level because like that was who she grew up idolizing, like and you know what I'm saying, like cheering for. You know what I'm saying? So it just take you to a place like, dang, I lost this person, I lost that person. Real emotional track, but a lot of people prefer that song because I do a mix of fast rap and slow rap. Like this is Ultra Instinct. So Ultra Instinct inspired by Dragon Ball Z. You think about Dragon Ball Z, you gonna think about people fighting fast. That's why a lot of rhymes are fast. But I felt it was important to put this record on there just because it was Kobe, and also to give the whole project like a little different vibe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people hear me rapping fast, and a lot of people do like that. But there are a lot of people who have been riding with me from the beginning know that in truality, the last project I did that dropped in 2017, damn, that was a long time ago. In 2017, life do it to you, don't it?
Yeah, bro.
but yeah, that I dropped all the way back then. If you would ride with me then, like you heard like a lot of like slower records. Like, cause I come from like conscious like rap and stuff like that. Like I listen to a lot of conscious rap, like, and I can do it. But that just shows my versatility. Like a lot of people don't know, like I can do that. I can do battle rap. I can do just like regular like slow rap. I can do fast rap, like double time, triple time. Like I do this music. I do this rap. Like I rap. Like that's what I do. So like a lot of people like that. Like my brother J Red, he's more of like the fan of that slower music, that hip hop, like that trurality. He loved trurality, and he loved his project too. But like he likes more songs. He want more songs like give and take, like something that really lets him in, like that let him into, you know, even though he know me, like let him in to know me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I did a lot of that with trurality. So this project I wanted to hit him with like my creative side and something that I was feeling. And so, you know, I'm versatile, man. Like ain't no telling what I'll do next. I might drop an R&B. I might drop an R&B project. I don't know. I don't know. It's just I'm an artist, man. I don't like to put myself in like one particular box. I don't think there's anybody around here quite like me. There are a lot of great people. There are a lot of great people. There are a lot of great artists. Like I'm not taking that from nobody. Like it's some dope. Like speaking of dope artists, man, y'all need to check out that DJ Cordon. Brian Cordon. He usually has a music review that he hosts like every Friday. And so like, you know, whether he's reviewing a song that I have put there or he's reviewing like everybody's song, I tune in whether I'm on it or not, simply because I just want to hear what the sound sounds like around the city. Like it's so many dope people. Like I've heard so many dope records. Like
he's on Instagram.
He's on Instagram, but he does the reviews on Facebook.
I think I've watched him. I think I follow. No, I know I follow him.
And next time he do it, I'll definitely tag you in it. I usually share it, so I'm pretty sure like if you go through my timeline, you'll find it. But it's so many dope people around here that I had no idea, and like around like the Gulf Coast area. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's a lot of talent, but I don't think anybody's quite like me. I don't really see anybody doing what I'm doing. And if they do, and if they trying to do what I'm doing, that's what they're doing. They're trying to. They're not doing it, and they can't do it as good as I can. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but as far as what I do, I think I'm better than everybody. Like,
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Shit. Bet. So, project is out.
Yeah.
What was the first thing that came to mind when it uploaded successfully? Because I was waiting. You was like, midnight tonight, it's going down.
Yeah.
When the clock struck 12. Yeah. What hit your mind?
I was like, I was in Gatlinburg. I was in Gatlinburg, looking at some mountains, and I was just like, when it dropped, I was like, okay, let me go see if it's on all the streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? Let me go make sure. So like I went and I ain't seen nothing. I'm like, okay, maybe give it some time. And then I waited for like an hour and a half, and then I finally saw it on Google Play. And I'm like, okay, it's on Google Play. That's good enough for me. I'm tired. I need to go to sleep. So I went to sleep, woke up, and I was just looking for it. And then I found it on. I found that it was out. Like with the thing that let me know it was out. I think my homeboy Shaq, he had shared the link. It was like, hey, go support my brother. And I saw it was on Spotify. So I'm like, oh, if it's on Spotify, then I know it's on everything else.
Right.
So I just had to make sure. Like my first initial thought was panic. Because like you set all your music to drop at a certain time, so you expecting it to drop at that time. So like when it doesn't happen, of course, like I think anybody would be like, oh. Cause like you just did promotion saying, hey, let's drop it at midnight on this day, dropping this day. And if it's not there, and you get people hitting you up like, hey, where is it? I don't see it. And so, but yeah, it finally uploaded. And my first thought after I knew it was all good was, all right, this shit finna get hard. Because I know the music is good. I think it's the best body of work I've done. I'm confident in the lyrics. I'm confident in my ability and how I express my ability. And I know a lot of people gonna like it. If you listen to it, if you listen to my project, you're gonna find something that you like. You know, so like I'm not worried about people listening to it. I'm worried about like everything else. Like how do I do promotion? Like, okay, let's see how I do this. Like, you know, or how do I engage my crowd? How do I know who my audience is? Like these are the things that I'm learning like throughout the time I'm going. Like I know my audience is like 69% male and 21% female, or 31% female, which is good to know. Like I know the age range about like my listeners are like between the ages of like 28 and whatever. So like, you know, you get a lot of those stats and you start learning like, okay, how do I promote to this group of people? Like, you know how to box out everything else, and like instead of trying to appeal to everybody, which at the end of the day you want to appeal to everybody, but let's be realists. Like everybody's not gonna feel your music, or everybody's not gonna feel what you do. So let's concentrate. Let's not focus on the people that hate or the people that say they don't like it. Let's focus on the people who do like it, because at the end of the day, those are the people who are gonna be there and help you elevate in your career. So let's focus on these people that do like it, you know. So yeah, that's how you just attack it. It's just been a learning experience as far as like the business, like learning like about royalties, how much you get per streams, how many streams do you need to get this, keeping up with the streams on each platform, because like I'm on Spotify, I'm on Tidal, Amazon Music, Deezer.
Oh yeah,
Deezer. Like everywhere. So like all these different platforms that you have to go and check through, like all these platforms. You know what I'm saying? TikTok, you gotta go check and see how well it's doing on iTunes. You gotta go check and see how well it's doing on everything. So I'm slowly but surely learning. I'm starting to like build a team. Like right now I have somebody who's helping me with the promotion side of everything, one of my close homeboys. And you know, we're just taking it from there, man. You got to build a team, and you got to really want to do this, because it's not like, okay, I'm gonna drop this, my work is done. No, you're sadly mistaken. You're not gonna go nowhere. Like you can't just drop something and expect like 1,000 clicks just because it's you. Now some people it works like that. I'm not even gonna lie. Like some people, like if LeBron just dropped something, but that's because LeBron had worked right to get to that status. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I'm not at that status. Like I know if I just drop something, I know like 100 people just not gonna click on it. I would like to think that. I hope. And sometimes that has been the case. But I like to I don't want to be complacent, man. It's all about moving forward, because like that's what this music thing is all about to me. Like what's next? Like. And music is always going to be that thing. It's always going to be there for you, like no matter what anybody says and anybody does. Like that's the thing. Like throughout like this roller coaster that we call life, like no matter how many relationships I got out of or got into that went bad, or whether it's like a friend or a girl or family situations, because I didn't had it all happen to me over the years. And the one thing that always constantly remain is this music. And that music is always going to be there. Always going to be able to comfort you and be like, all right, cool. Let's push the envelope and then let's test it out and then let's master it, move on to the next thing. What's next?
Damn.
Yeah, like there's no time to just sit down and be like, okay, I did this. Like, nah, let's work. I'm working on another project right now.
Yeah.
I'm writing while I'm doing all this promotion.
Bro, you got to keep that sword sharp, bro.
Yeah,
At
you
all
got.
times.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got to, because right now, like I said, it's paradise right now, man. Put out content.
Nothing but opportunity.
Yeah,
Might as
exactly.
well make the most of it, brother. That's dope, bro. I'm proud of you kicking this thing out, because I remember when you first gave me the concept, I'm like, this shit gonna be hard. This shit gonna be hard.
Yeah.
And the fact that you went on vacation when it dropped for a bit, just to, go to Gatlinburg, clear your head, look at some mountains, you know what I'm saying? Look at some bears and shit.
Yeah, big ass bears. Nigga, bro, I'm not used to no goddamn bears, cuz. I'm not used to no damn bears, man. Bruh. Have you seen like the videos on World Star with the bears and shit?
Yeah, bro.
Like them motherfuckers strong. Them hoes strong. What's strong? I don't even know what's stronger, a bear or a baboon or like a monkey or some shit. I think the baboon. Either way, I ain't trying to fuck with neither one of them motherfuckers. Like honestly, I'm not trying to find that out. So.
Oh my God, brother, man. So one last time, shout out for them, where they can find Ultra Instinct.
You can find Ultra Instinct on all streaming platforms.
Hey.
You can find it on, if you don't have a subscription to Spotify or Amazon Music or Apple Music, anything like that, you can always find it on YouTube. Just type in J. Haynes, Ultra Instinct. It's going to pop up. You're going to see me with my white dreads and my Ultra Instinct. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out that artwork. Who did that for you, bro? That art. When you sent it to me, I was like, oh yeah.
It's a group of people that it's like a little company that does portraits, like anime portraits, and it's called Saying Yourself. And I said, all you gotta do is just send them in, like, details and everything like that. And I was actually like in email conversations with the person who was doing mine, and with the graphic designer, and they were really good. You know what I'm saying? They do really nice, really efficient work, and they get it to you in a timely manner. Oh. And then it was a combination of them, and then my cameraman, who also takes all my pictures, shoots my videos and stuff like that, with his exclusive films, Amos
oh,
Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the same dude. So Exclusive Entertainment, is that what he called it? But shout out Amos, man.
Right.
But yeah. What did you say your favorite song was?
Game Over, bro.
Game Over. Bro, Game Over was interesting.
Sample is
that shit interesting. Bro. That shit was interesting, bro. Like, cause it was a guy named I had to wipe my face. I'm sorry.
You good?
It was this guy named Chris who had joined Wrench Mob with the team or whatever, and he had a sound. And I'm like, okay, so he had like a sound kit. Boom. I'm like, oh shit, this shit hard. So like, I'm like, yeah, play with that. So like, he originally did like the skeleton of it, heard it, and I'm like, okay, we need to change a couple of things. But as soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, bro.
Like, oh my God. Like, this took me back to a place where like we were playing Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. Like, it reminds me like really of like Sonic. There's a lot of Sonic sounds, like Sonic the Hedgehog sounds. Cause I love that. I used to love it. My favorite song in Sonic the Hedgehog music is that second stage, I think, of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and it was like
Chemical Plant. Chemical Plant.
Yeah, that clip. Yeah, man. So it's a lot of inspiration from that, and that shit was the hardest. That shit was the hardest song to record.
Really?
It was the hardest one out of all of them. Simply because like that shit is like fast. Like a lot of people hear me rap fast. Like Hakai is fast, but after writing and On Me is fast. But after writing Game Over, I'm like, okay, like doing On Me, like that fast part, like the real fast part on that ain't shit to me. Like that's not shit. Because that other part, like if you listen to Game Over, that shit is so fast. Like the tempo is. Because on that bit, I was stuck in the struggle. Like, and so like I was doing my drum line, Bro, it's so much stuff I draw inspiration from, dog. Like my drumline impression, man. Every time I be rapping fast, I think of like a snare drum. I think of a snare drum. Like, how would I play a snare drum if I was listening to this? And so, a majority of the time, like when I be like writing, oh man, it's a lot. So anyway, when I be writing and stuff, I just be thinking like drum patterns. Like in my head, I be like thinking like, and I'm like, okay, I like that pattern. Let me put words to it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So like, if you watch the Drumline movie, and you watch the part when he's like battling like the leader dude, and then he beat the leader dude, and then the professor come up and he's doing like that. If you listen to Game Over, that fast part, that is where that came from. Like that's the beat I had in my head.
That's crazy.
If you play the Game Over, like that part, and you play that part, I was stuck in the struggle, then I got me a hustle by myself. I bent through the rubber, just me and my shovel been stepping like I don't need a huddle, or I need, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where I got it from. Because I be thinking like cadence. I think like cadences. So I'm like, okay, like listen to drumline.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Slept on movie.
Yeah, man, it's a lot. Damn. The recording process is definitely interesting. Our recording process involves a lot of takes, a lot of concentration, a lot of herbal. Because like when we get in there, it's like we're so all over the place. Like it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to zero in, because like we'll come in and meet each other, and the first thing we do, we start like catching up about like life and stuff like that. Because that is a lot of the time, like our music time is our hangout time. Mm-hmm. It's our hangout time to like kind of catch up and see what's going on with each other in our lives and stuff, because we stay so busy. And so first thing we do, fired up, boom. Hey, how's your day? How was your day? How's your mental health? Are you good? Like, what's going on? And we talk about anything that's bothering us, and then like we ease into the music. Yeah. I always like to put some anime or something in the background playing on the TV. It's some anime or basketball highlights. I love like just putting basketball highlights, because when he be doing his computer thing, I just be sitting there watching. But and then like he'll ease into some beats like, hey, this is something I made. This is something I need help on. This is something I need you for, whatever. Boom. And then we'll complete the beat. And then like the writing process, the verse, I always write my verses, but all of my hooks come from the top of my head. Like he'll play me something, I'll be like, okay, I like that shit. Let me go in. I do a hook for it, and then he'll mix, master it. Okay, we'll move on to the next song. All right, let me think. Let me go in there and let me do this hook. Okay, yeah. All right, that sounds good. Okay, boom, next track. So I'd go and I do like a whole bunch of hooks on songs, and then I go back and I'll be like, okay, like one session might be just me doing a whole bunch of hooks. Like I might do 20 hooks to like 20 different beats. And then I'll tell him like, okay, just email it to me. And then out of those 20, I'll pick something that I really like. I'll pick something that I really like that's gonna stick with me. Cause I like to everybody like to think that they perfect, and I like to think that all 20 of them are gonna be hits. But I know a hit when I hear one, or I know what I want to do. So like out of those 20, I'll pick some, and then I'll write to that. And then like the ones that I really like from that group, I'll record. And then put everything else on standby. Boom. Okay, next session. We do a whole like 10, maybe we might do 10 songs, like 10 hooks. Then I narrow it down the same way. I narrow it down like 2 times. And then like that's how you get these finished songs. Like before, like R&B, I wrote like 5 songs before I wrote R&B.
Like, so it's like a filtering process.
Yeah, it's a filtering process. Like gotcha. It's another song that we got on there that kind of sound like R&B that we started recording. It's called Heartless, and it kind of had like the same vibe. It may be like a little darker or whatever, but I mean like that's what you got to do. You got to filter, because like the brain has so many ideas, and some of those ideas, whether you know it or not, subconsciously sound like somebody else, or they sound too much alike. And so sometimes you got to just like cut the shit, and I'm like, okay, boom. That don't mean that I may not mess with it like later on down the line. It's just that for this group of songs, this is how I felt. This is how I feel. And so that just produced everything. All the songs. What song have I not talked about? We got Hakai, we got Game Over. Talked about Game Over. Scandalous. I fuck with Scandalous. Scandalous sounds so good. Scandalous to me, that sounds like my favorite song might be On Me, but my favorite sounding song, I guess, that make the one that sounds pleasant to my ear is like how me and Darren STL like did the hook on there. Like it sounds so good at the beginning, especially at the end. You know what I'm saying? So that's for all the heartbreak and pain and stuff us niggas be going through. You know what I'm saying?
It was definitely melodic. Because it threw me for a curve. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's different, and I like that because right in the middle, I got real different. Like you got the first two songs. Attack. Then the second song, and then the third song is like, oh, do. Okay. And the third, and then the next song is like a mellow vibe. You're like, oh, this is different, and then it get right back into dun 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 dun, and then like everything is like, you know, it ride out from there. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody could find something that they like on it. Be it that is a shorter selection, and this is the thing, I call it's an EP, and the reason I call it an EP is it's not an album yet, because for it to technically be an album, I learned that it has to have at least 7 songs on it. I didn't want to necessarily drop an album, so I made it an EP. So I picked the 6 best songs, like, you know. And some of these songs I tested out in crowds. Like, you know, I've been doing Hakai. Right. You know, that's how everybody knows me. I'm the Mr. I came to bring the pain to spill play. So, but like I think I did. And this is the crazy thing about R&Me, yo. So like R&Me, I did it for like this song competition called Song for Song. Shout out Dre, Dre Day, and Montrez. For putting on that event. If you are artists in the city, you definitely should try to get up with those two, man. They doing really big things as far as bringing attention to the city, and also bringing artists up to speed as far as the things that they need to know. I know Dre Day has definitely given me some advice and given me some tools that I can use to better myself as an artist. So shout out to them boys heavily. But I did R&B for Song for Song competition, right? I did it. That was my first song. I had nobody has ever heard of it before. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this shit hard. So like, I'm finna do it. I do it, and I know, and I killed it. I hit everything. You can hear me clearly because I did a sound check and all that. They made me battle it out. They made me battle it out with another dude to make it to the next round. Fast forward. I play R&B, and now that shit is hot.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know. But I'm gracious for the opportunity that I had. You know, during the competition or whatever. And sometimes your music just gotta grow on people, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying. I know that from the reaction of people from the project, like a lot of people have heard me do Hakai, but a lot of people have not heard Hakai musically, like digitally. So when they hear Hakai digitally, they're like, oh shit, this is like a whole new song. Because I actually understand because, you know, sometimes you hear some venues, the equipment is not the best. You know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, sometimes like the crowd noise, they getting too crunk, so they can't hear you. They just vibing off whatever you're doing, the energy. So, but yeah, man, it's like they can hear everything that I'm saying. Because like my thing is like I like to be like very, very precise with my flow, so you can understand, because it's bars. Like it's not like I'm not one of them dudes that's just saying I'm coming to kill you, I'm ripping the trigger, the I'm actually saying like a lot of like some heavy shit and like some shit that goes over people's heads. So I like to rap fast, but at the same time I know that my listener probably isn't used to that. So I try to be as clear as I possibly can. And I feel like that takes a lot of skill too, to be able to talk that fast, hit those notes and hit those cadences. And
enunciate with it.
Yeah, because oh man, like Game Over. I was stuck in the struggle, then I got me get hustled by myself. I've been through the rubber, just me and myself have been snapping like I don't need a huddle or I need me like that shit right there. It took me a minute because I wrote it and I'm like, oh shit, this shit hard, but like doing it in front of a mic, you know what I'm saying, with the music, it's kind of different. It's a whole nother beast. Like that's why I be trying to tell people, like when you do that thing, like you know you cold if you can do that shit live. Like this double time rap, like all that staccato flow shit. If you can do that shit live and I can understand you, oh, you cold. You can, because a lot of people get in the studio and then they have to do like a whole bunch of takes, so they have to punch in a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like in a lot of cases you can hear them punch in, but like my fast parts, a lot of you can go check the data, you can go check the stats, coach. You hear me? That's a whole breath right there. So like, if you able to do that shit live, bro, like you legit, you cold. Like there's a lot of dudes that I think cold, like Tech Nine cold, King ISO cold, Ritz from Georgia cold.
I follow him on SoundCloud.
Yeah, all them boys cold, man. So, but yeah, man, great project. I talked about Solo. Oh. Solo and Army are on Alabama Fleet DJs. Okay. They have an app. It's with iHeartRadio, and Army and Solo are currently like in the rotation. So y'all need to go get that Alabama Fleet DJs app. Shout out DJ Cordon again. Hey. Also with DJ Cordon, shout him out ×2, ×3 because he also put Solo, my song Solo on his mixtape Division Part 2 or Division 2. And so it's on his mixtapes, just streaming on all live mixtapes and all mixtape sites and stuff like that. So you can catch me on there. He gave me the Kobe number on the track, 24. Hey. So hey, I'm excited about that. Yeah. Also, I think I don't know. Just go stream it, man. Go stream it. We got videos coming through soon. We got a lot of visuals coming. We got some freestyles coming because shit, ain't nothing to do except rip these beats. So got some freestyles coming, man. Got a lot of content coming, man. If you haven't heard, again, my name is Jay Haynes, man. The project, the EP is called Ultra Instinct. It's streaming on all platforms, on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. You can purchase it at Google Play. You can purchase it on iTunes. Only asking for $6. 6 tracks, $6, man. It's $1 per track. So, go download and buy your favorite track, or you can buy the project as a whole, man. But I would appreciate that. Share, show it to a friend, man. And send, if you got beats that you want to hear me just rap on, send them to me, because it's finna be like, I'm finna be on a whole like little mixtape vibe, man. I might drop a mixtape while I'm working on this next project. I don't know. We ain't got nothing but time.
Yo,
so
that's what's up, bro. Again, bro, I'm proud of you to see you drop this thing, bro.
Yeah.
And seeing you move on social media like you're moving. Yeah,
man. We coming for everything, man. I've been doing features. Shout out my brother Van out in Pensacola, Florida. He got a project coming out called Episode 2. I'm featured on there on this track called Thanos with Thaddeus Royale. I had a lot of fun making that track. Also been doing work with X Havoc. Got a song with him about black empowerment and police brutality. He need to go ahead and drop that thing though, because that thing is cold. We got a video for it and everything. Just waiting on him. It's his stuff, so I can't push it. But it's really dope, man. We only going up for here, man. Once I make it, we all make it. 251 stand up, man.
Hey,
we're doing it for the city.
Hey, man, you heard what it is. Jay Haynes in the building, second time again. Ultra Instinct. I got mine on Spotify. I told y'all what it is. Soon it was out. It was cop. Soon.
Do it.
Just do it. Just listen to it, bro. It is the perfect shit to work out to, bro.
Oh yeah.
A lot of folks be walking and shit, bro. I'm telling you, with the way this man rap, it's the perfect thing to keep you going, bro.
Do they know that I did the intro song for this?
Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about that for a second. So we did the first interview. To those of you that don't know, I produce lightly. You know what I'm saying? In my spare time, I hear a beat in my head, translate it, bam. So I interviewed you in I think it was like a month later. I was like, yo, bro, I'm thinking about revamping the intro.
Yeah.
I got a few instrumentals. You know what I'm saying? Would you do a bar for me? Let me know what you think. You're like, send them. So I sent him 3 beats now. Now, I gave him a disclaimer. I was like, look, I ain't great now, but I'm gonna give you 3 of my best ones. And you was like, you sent me an email back. You was like, yo, Nani. Yeah. Now, to those of you that don't know, Nani in Japanese means what?
Yeah.
So I came across the beat. It's a sample of the old Radio Superman thing.
Yeah.
And so I came across it, and it was, I think it's called Free License or
whatever. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, bet. Yeah. So I mixed that in there, cut up the strings, and just added a hard-ass kick and a snare to it. And I was like, yo, bro, tell me what you think. And he was like, yo, Nani. And I knew you was going to like it. That's why I put that little sound bite in there for anime, because I took Fist of the North Star.
When
he kills old buddy, and it's Nani.
Yeah, Nani.
And then the beat just,
man. Yo, I say this, though, if I would have heard that, if he would have told me, like, hey, this is just a beat, man, dog. That beat, that shit probably would have been on the project for it.
Oh man,
Like on the real, like it was for your show. If I would have heard that in any other context, like you know what I'm saying, like I would have been like, yo, who the producer is? Let me get this. But I had a lot of fun making it, man. It was real slight work because I love the track. Anytime that you love the track, especially the beat, for me, it's real easy to get off some shit. And it's like, yo, like once I sat down, and I think it took me like a week to actually get the time to actually sit down to do it. But once I did it, I had so much fun making that record because like it was just dope. I was like, okay, I'm doing it for a homie. I'm doing it for, you know, a show that I actually really believe in. Like shout out to you for real, because like this platform is definitely getting a lot of people out there. Yeah, man. And I know every time I drop something, I know anytime I'm doing any type of promo or anything, I know the first place I'm coming. Right. I'm coming here. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. But yeah, man, the platform that you provide for a lot of businesses and young entrepreneurs and young artists and stuff like that, man, we really need that. Especially around this time, man. We need people to actually believe in us because it's a shitload of talent here. Yeah, man. It's a shitload of talent. We just at the bottom of the map, and a lot of people don't come down this far.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you're doing this, man, I really appreciate it, man. And I tune in every chance I get, and I might go like a couple of episodes with me not seeing them, but then like when I get back on it, I'm going back, I'm listening to them, man. I've really been enjoying the content. I've even learned a thing or two from the people that you had on here. So you know, keep doing your thing, dog. Like, cause you definitely do have a fan base. I know I'm a fan. You know.
Appreciate you, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, man, this shit is dope, dog. This shit is hella dope, man. Keep doing this. Keep doing this.
I'm gonna take over Mobile eventually. Watch.
Yeah, man.
See me in the RSA. You ain't gonna be able to come here no more. You're gonna have to go to the RSA.
Yeah, we gonna have to go. Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're working towards, man. Yeah, that's what it's about, man. I'm gonna get this money. We gonna share this pot a little bit. We gonna share some plays. And then we gonna be on, man, for real. Cause I know too many talented individuals for us not to like be on down here. I know too many dope individuals. I know a lot of people who are trash. I know a lot of people who are trash. Here
you go starting shit.
Now listen, I ain't gonna say no names, but it's a lot of y'all out here that are trash. Like it's a lot. It's a lot of adult people out here. You know, shout out, you know, Ali, shout out Eternity, shout out, you know, all my dogs, you know what I'm saying? DY, shout out everybody, but it's a lot of y'all. CJ, high on Basshead Jazz, shout out all y'all. But it's a lot of whack motherfuckers too. Y'all making us look bad, bro. Stop that shit. For real, you making the brand Mobile Hip Hop look bad, G. So either hang it up or like clean up your act. I don't know what it is, but you gotta do one of the two. Cause you making us look bad. You better be lucky we got skills and we gonna outshine that shit anyway. But you gotta stop that shit, dog. You gotta stop that shit. And that's for anybody who, if you feel a certain way by listening to this or hearing this or seeing this, then it probably applies to you. It probably does. If you don't, I'm sorry. I know it's a lot of people saying bet. It's a lot of people I can't think of right now that I know when I go back to my Instagram and stuff. I'm like, oh man, I should have shouted them out. But man, like we got some real dope artists. Shout out Young Blue and JD. They got it. They doing it for the city. You know what I'm saying? Like they are doing it for the city, bro. So I feel like any energy that we have as a community, man, we need to pour it into them. Go to Gwen's house. You know what I'm saying? Support Young Blue and his business. You feel me? Because all that's gonna do is just perpetuate other opportunities for us as a community, bro. And we need to stand by him and JD and be like, yo, like these are products of our environment. Yeah. These are products of the city. So we need to support them. So shout out them boys, man. They definitely doing their thing, dog. And we need a feature. Yeah. I need a feature. Need a feature. If you see this JD, you see this Young Blue, man, hit your boy up. I got you. I got a couple of bars for you. I promise I do.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, hey, you already know what it is. J Haynes, Sirr, 2020. We in this bit, and now we out.
Yeah. Peace.